All right, so we're continuing on with the plumbing. I was going to use a HEPVO valve down here, but I decided to keep it simple. This stuff is just too cheap and easily readily available to get anywhere. If I ever have a faux pas and break something, that's all just Home Depot, Lowe's. My local Home Depot and Lowe's, neither one of them carry HEPVO valves. And I've heard a few not horror stories, but negative comments about the HEPVO valves not holding up over time. So what we're doing here is just using the trap. That'll keep the stink out. If you notice, this trap is well into the height of the tank because this is just a space constraint that we have, and that's the best that we can do. It should be no issue at all. But what is the unique thing about what I'm doing here is I found this check valve, and it's got like a little swing thing that's in there, and it's only going to allow flow in one direction. So we're going to hook it up. Actually, it goes this way, and I figured out where the flapper that's in there is hinging on the top side, the way I have it positioned, with this at the bottom right here. I clocked these clamps right here. So this I got from Lowe's. It doesn't really fit on this 1.5 inch kitchen sink size pipe. It's I believe 1.25 inch PVC size, but I tested it, and you can just tighten this clamp down and it clamps down on there perfectly. So we're going to put this check valve, it's going to go right there exactly, just where that is. And then we're going to use 1.25 inches, I think it is, or I don't know what, actually, to be honest with you. Probably 1.5 inches. I think we're going to, yeah, this is a reducer, 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches. We're going to remove this. I have 1.5 inches to 1.5 inches, one of these rubber things, and we're going to go to 1.5 inch PVC, and we're going to run down the length of the tank and go either halfway down or all the way to the other end. And the reason for that is flow dynamics, I guess you call it. So if you got half a tank or any liquid in here and you slam on the brakes, it's going to try to rush to the front, and without this check valve, it can overpower this height right here and put dirty water up into the shower. So with the check valve, it actually doesn't even matter where I hook it onto this tank. So yeah, maybe I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put it. I originally said here, shower drain, but now it's going to be up near the top. Yeah, I might put it right here, because with the check valve I got no issues. Or maybe right in the middle of the tank. I'm still hemming and hawing about that. So that'll take care of the fill part of this. The drain valve is going to go on the forward side here someplace, either on this corner or this corner. This is outboard and this is inboard. I haven't decided yet. And we're probably going to go with 1 inch pipe thread. Haven't decided on that yet. I've ordered some 1.5 inch spin weld fittings, so I could go 1.5 inches. I have 1 inch. So there's going to be a 90 degree on this, then a ball valve, and it's going to come down near the bottom of the skirting here, and I'll put the ball valve down here where I can reach it without having to crawl underneath. I can just, reach my arm around from where the tire is, hook on my hose, and open the valve, and we'll drain the tank. A 1 inch will flow pretty quickly. And then the vent, I'm going to put all the way at the rear end of the tank near the top. And then I'm going to have that vent with a hose come forward. And we're going to run the hose up into the wheel well to get some elevation so we don't lose water. And the reason why I'm putting the vent on the rear is for the same reason. Slamming on the brakes, all the water in this tank is going to try to rush forward. If I've got the vent at the rear, the water's going to rush forward and it's not going to try to push water out the vent. And if I do accelerate with any great speed, which we don't have on this bus, and the liquid tries to run to the back with the hose going towards the front, it will never overflow the vent. So had I have thought about this a little bit more, I probably would have put a vent pipe up the wall and on the roof or something. But since I don't have that, the highest place I have is up inside that wheel well. So I'm just gonna get more of this 1/2-inch hose and we're gonna run it with some clamps attached to here and there, probably go along, you know, the inside there, we're out of the way, and use some sheet metal screws and screw into that. And that's it, man. So we got our rear tank all figured out.